Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's preview, as the Stormers take on Glasgow Warriors tonight, it is Friday night lights, and the URC returns after a bit of a sabbatical for South African teams over the Easter weekend, and it very much is the business end of the tournament at the moment. Stormers currently topping the South African Shield, and a win today will pretty much almost book them a spot into the URC playoffs. So it's a very important match for them. If we have a look over here, we are in round 16. And we're going to start off with the Stormers versus Glasgow Warriors. This is the match we are talking about. Kickoff was tonight at 6:30. Quite a lot of rugby tonight. We've got Ulster versus Munster. We've got Edinburgh versus Zebra. We will be live for this game. And then tomorrow we'll be live for Bulls versus Benetton, Lions versus Connacht, as well as Sharks versus Leinster, which is going to be quite cool because they're doing a whole Sharks Fest, trying to get fans in. And a lot of the teams doing some things this weekend to get fans into stadiums. Now, before we look at the two teams for this clash, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Kickoff was at 6:30. We might be a little bit late with the watch along because we do have load shedding up until supposedly 6:30, so we'll be up and running as soon as we can. Apologies for the lack of videos and the live streaming. Load shedding is making life very complicated, which is why we need your support to keep watching, to keep liking the videos, keep sharing with your friends so that we can build and we can start putting in sort of contingencies so that we can cope with load shedding when it does happen. But in terms of the teams for tonight, this is how they will be lining up. This is how the Stormers are going to be lining up. A couple of changes to the pack and a very big addition on the bench. We've got a Springbok and the likes of Warwick on the bench, as well as Sam Murat, who makes his return to rugby as well. If you look at the starting lineup, though, the team will be captained by Stephen Kitsoff, Scaran, Tabeni, France, Malherbe, all three of those players involved in the Springbok alignment camp a couple of weeks ago. So, it's a wealth of experience there. And that really is sort of the platform that allows for this very exciting Stormers backline to really have a go and to really sort of express themselves in the way that they have been doing all season. In the second row, RJ Smith is partnered by Marvin Uri. You think of those two players, two very, very good players. Marvin Uri, a Springbok capped player, and then you got Sam Murat coming off the bench to replace him. So it's a pretty stacked Stormers side at the moment, and a very dynamic, I think, loose trio in Junior Pokomela, Hachiwa Diamani, and Evan Ruiz. No Dion Free, which will be a bit of an issue at the breakdown, I think. Something like I think Rory Dodge for Glasgow Warriors, I think will be quite a menace there. But what Job Dobson basically said is that with Junior Pokomela, you get a bit more of an all-round player in terms of his defense capabilities, in terms of his ball carrying skills. A bit more of an all-round player. Dion Free more sort of a specialist in the breakdown and on the defensive duties. And then you got the Storm and Evan Ruiz, who, on the back of not being included in that Springbok alignment camp, we want to try and prove a point over the next couple of weeks. There's no doubt that he is going to be trying to sort of say, listen, you were wrong to not be picking me. I should be being considered for the Springboks right now. I'm ready. And let's hope that he does continue to sort of make that statement. Herschel Yankees will partner Imani Liebok in a it's a good halfback combination. Herschel Yankees is somebody we desperately need to come into form because he's gone from being a World Cup winner to being someone where people are sitting there thinking, is he really, within the top 3-4 best scrum masters in the country at the moment? Should he be the bench option on the Springbok bench at the moment? And there are very valid questions. So we need somebody like him to come into form. Mike Liebok, however, has played some tremendous rugby throughout the season. The two speedsters will be Leon Anzas and Siabelo Sonatla. Damien Willemse at full back. The centre pairing of Rickes Pretorius and Ruanel. Rickes Pretorius continue to be back in inside centre. After showing some very good form recently, starting to sort of see what we sort of saw with him at the younger levels. Off the bench, JJ Costa, Ali Famark and Brock Harris will provide the impact in the front row. Then it's a 6-2 split. Salman Murat, Ben Jason Dixon, Namba Klaba, very much a breakdown specialist, so he will probably fill the role or the void rather that Dion Free might have left in the team. And then Paul de Vet, Warwick Land, your two backline options, Warwick Land, Daniel Willems, allowing them to go that 6-2 split, even Mani Liebok to a certain degree, because they can all play in multiple positions. For the away team tonight, it's a very familiar face in the likes of Ollie Cable, who has played against Stephen Kitsoff a number of times. So two sort of old mates going toe-to-toe. Johnny Matthews at hooker, and then Xander Ferguson, which will be a very nice scrum battle between him and Kitsoff. Both very experienced international players playing some very good rugby at the moment. In the second row, Richie Gray, Kieran McDonald are a very good second row. But for me, I think it's this loose trio. I'm such a Rory Dodge fan. I think he's playing fantastic rugby at the moment. Jack Dempsey's a good player. Ali Miller's an exciting player. And I think that Dodge versus Diamani or Evan Ruiz sort of matchup for me is probably what's the most exciting. Ali Price is the captain of the side. He'll bring a lot of experience in the number 9 jersey. His box kicking obviously will be very important. His tactical awareness I think he did play. I think he was the starting scrum half for the Lions last year when they played against the Stormers, and the Stormers up. I mean, they got beaten quite badly, but played quite well in the early stages. So, and if my memory serves correctly, Ali Price was playing then, so he'll know the stadium quite well, and obviously, and even know the opposition. Ross Thompson in at fly half, Carl Steyn, South African born centre, now capped for Ireland. I mean for Scotland, is at number 11. Josh McKay is in at 14. The centre pairing is Sam Johnson and Siona Tupolotu, and then Ollie Smith is at full back. Off the bench, George Turner, Jamie Batty, and Simon Berger will be the replacement front row. Then Rob Hardy, Thomas Gordon, Jamie Domi. I'm a big Jamie Domi fan. I think he's a very nice player to watch, very exciting player. Duncan Weir and Cole Forbes will provide the rest of the backup. No Matt Ferguson, for example, no Rufus McLean are sort of two big names that sort of stick out in terms of not being available for Glasgow this weekend. But yeah, I mean, if we're looking, I mean, at the end of the day, the Stormers are up against it very in many ways because they are playing against, sort of like the Shield leaders at the moment. So Glasgow are very much leading the Scottish Italian Shield with 50 points. They've had a very good season so far. They've won 10 games, they've lost 5, and overall are currently sitting in third place in between the three Irish sides. So they are the form Scottish side at the moment, and I think it'll be a nice test for the Stormers, and very much the kind of game that we want to get excited about these sort of games because there are so many international players on display, and this is what we're not necessarily with the Leinster games weekend because they have left a lot of their players behind. But in the last couple of weeks, we are starting to see stronger sides coming down to South Africa. Now, Leinster's a bit disappointing, and I can understand why they've done it. But obviously, from a spectator view, we really wanted to see so many Irish internationals running out this weekend. It won't necessarily be the case, but it will be the next season. So we will start to get there. We are starting to see the best of what this competition can offer us. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.